The reason is that you can get sued for every text message. So there are currently two major regulations for the spaces where merchants operate.
Mihail Stoychev, he is the founder and CEO of SMS Bump. Probably a lot of you guys who are using like Shopify Plus, you probably know about this platform. It's probably, if you used it, you've probably seen the impressive results it delivers. So Mihail, so tell us more about your platform, like what it does and how it helps people. For those of you who are new to like basically SMS and this type of like retargeting.
Yeah, sure. So SMS Bump currently is the #1 Shopify app for text marketing and automations. I would say it's like Klaviyo for text messages, or for people outside the Shopify ecosystem, it's like MailChimp for text messages. So what it does is that it collects customer consent. Then it allows you to segment those people. It allows you to put powerful automations such as abandoned cart reminders, customer win-back campaigns, and automations, product upsells, review, birthday messages, and all of that. So it's like an ensemble of different features running all on autopilot for you and making customers a great return on investment.
Cool. Yeah, I've seen some of the screenshots. You know, people are sharing like 1,000% ROI on what they spent on it, right? And like for me specifically, it's interesting like how. So you have the email, right? And the open rates on email, like I don't know, like 10%, 15% typically, right? So with SMS, like everyone has a phone, right?
Right.
So I believe the open rates are much higher with SMS.
This is absolutely correct. So SMS has about 95 to 99% open rates based on different research. The only thing you should be cautious about is that if someone gave you consent to email marketing, you shouldn't automatically assume that they gave you consent to the text messages. So this is something that you should be very careful about. If you're considering text marketing, always make sure to go through the TCPA if you're based in the United States, and CTIA, which is basically best practices for the industry, and of course the Gdpr for the European Union. So if you install any app that does SMS, and I hope you install SMS Bump, just make sure to follow all the guides to set up your store in order to be compliant, and in this way you will be enjoying the benefits long term and not just short term.
Cool. And so you mentioned like different sequences, right? Like cart abandonment, you have like some upsell sequences. So inside of your system, right? Is it like how difficult that is like for a regular person? So like to set it up?
Sure. So after you completed the compliance part, all you need to do is actually press a few buttons. So we're serving the whole app with ready templates, which are tested and true. But of course, you can always reach out to us or get a marketing expert that can help you optimize those flows vigorously. So I would say it's a matter of 5 to 10 minutes to initially get started, and then maybe another 5-10 minutes to push everything on autopilot, and at the end of the month you'll just be getting some nice reports with some nice numbers.
Cool. So basically within like 20-30 minutes you can have like this piece of the whole like e-commerce like ecosystem set up and running within your business.
Exactly. Yeah, so I would say for let's say half an hour tops, you'll be able to have everything up and running. And if I can just give some recommendations, obviously the abandoned cart reminder is something that a lot of people are using. When you're using it right, which means using it with email, with push notification, with Facebook retargeting, the results are just incredible. So just to put a fancy keyword, doing this omni-channel type of a thing and doing it right will bring you amazing results.
Cool. And so what is there like a minimum size of the store that it would make sense to implement, or there is no like it would make like good positive ROI for every store in your experience?
So that's a great question. Usually it works amazing for small and medium enterprises, and of course for larger enterprises that have a lot of customers, it does miracles. I would say that you need to get some traction in your store, like if you have 0 orders and if you have no sales, probably it wouldn't be the best tool for you. But once you get a little bit of attraction and are making maybe 50 to 100 orders, then it makes sense to just get started and trigger on the abandoned cart reminders or the transactional messages.
So basically, the overall setup is like 20-30 minutes, like for the whole system, right?
Yeah.
It can be used on Shopify, it can be used on Shopify Plus,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
And it's pretty much like you set it up once, and then you just see the reports, basically.
Yes, so the app has two parts. One will be the automations, which is you set and forget about it. And the other part would be the segmentation and text marketing, whether you actually are launching campaigns similar to mailing providers. So all
like
the
broadcasts,
people,
right?
Exactly, it's like broadcast. So all of the people that you've gathered over the weeks, months, or years that you've been using the app, you'll be able to segment them and send them very targeted campaigns. For instance, you can say everyone who spent more than $50 that is based in New Jersey and that has bought product X.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can go really, really creative. So when you're blasting the campaign to the right audience at the right time, the results will be astonishing.
Very good, very good. So I've seen like people with like 8,000% ROI. What is kind of the, obviously it's kind of like probably small, small like sample size, but overall, what is kind of the typical ROI you're seeing across the stores?
I would say that definitely 1,000% ROI is achievable. Usually stores are getting 20 to 30, stores with traction. And of course, we've seen crazy examples and outliers, which, it looks like a bug in the system, but they're making 100,000% ROI. And those are for high ticket items. So I just want to say that probably 20 to 30x is very, very good ROI. And on top of that, if you're using it in order to not only make money and retain customers, but to kind of like establish a new communication channel. So all of those abandoned cart reminders, all of those messages that you're sending out, people can actually reply on those. So imagine if you abandon the cart and if the customer just gets back to you and gives you the reason why they abandoned the cart in the first place. So that will be invaluable feedback.
Yeah.
So they can say, hey, I didn't purchase because you ran out of the medium size, or you didn't have it in yellow, or last order was very delayed. So this information can get pulled out to our chat, or it can go to support systems like Gorgeous or Zendesk, that the support team can immediately pick up the conversation, and obviously they will continue replying via text messages. So it just opens a brand new communication channel and helps you work on this customer lifetime value and customer support.
How many stores currently using your system?
Currently, we crossed the 11,000 mark, so we have quite a lot of stores, and I definitely recommend everyone watching this from the affiliate world conferences to give it a try. It's very, very affordable. It's very, very cheap. And if you're not doing SMS 2019, you're leaving money on the table.
Cool. And then with you mentioned there's some like regulations that people have to abide for. Like, so what are kind of like those regulations? Kind of like the most important things people have to keep in mind.
Sure. So I just want to say that currently SMS is at the stage where email was in the 90s. So you can go guerrilla marketing and try to send a blast to all of your customers. But we definitely don't want to recommend that. The reason is that you can get sued for every text message. So there are currently two major regulations for the spaces where merchants operate. Number one would be in the United States, where the TCPA, provides and works. And the second one is the Gdpr. So all of those need to explicitly say that customers are actually signing up for text marketing campaigns. So this information needs to be presented as verbiage either on the subscription form, on the checkout, or wherever you're advertising your program. So as long as you're doing this and customer can actually choose to unsubscribe when they get the message, you're doing well. But I would say for everyone considering doing text marketing, just make sure to go to our website. There are detailed guides on how to set up everything so you never get into trouble.
Cool. So basically just pretty much like get familiar with the whole regulations part, right?
Yes.
Set it up, takes like 20 minutes, and then just reap the benefits of it.
I would definitely say so. So just get the app installed. It's free to install. You just go to the App Store and type in SMS or SMS Bump. We show it first. Once you do that, the next thing would be just to go through the regulatory type of verbiage and explanations. Once this happens, set the automations, start collecting subscribers. Get ready for Black Friday, guys. Now is the time to start collecting subscribers so you can reap all the benefits of Black Friday.
Cool. Thank you, Mihail. It was very informative, very insightful. So if you want to check out SMS Bump, so it's on App Store, right? So people can just install it, right?
So if you go to the Shopify App Store, you just type in SMS or SMS Bump. We show up in the leader position. Download the app free of charge. Set it up. If you need any help, get in touch with us. We're offering 24/7 support, and we'll be more than happy to help you out.
Cool. Yeah, guys, definitely try out, especially if you do some volume. I mean, it just makes sense, right? You do it once, or even you can have some of your like virtual assistants or some of your like people who work with you who set it up, and then you just reap the benefits of it. So I highly recommend, and we've seen our clients getting very good results with SMS Bump. So thank you, Mihail, for this insightful.
Thanks a lot, Alex. Pleasure having you.